As promised, I'm going to go ahead and start this thing up today. Have the original battery sitting over here on the ground for it. Make sure it has voltage. It's been out of the car for quite a while now. 11.9, 11.8. That should be enough. Should be enough to start it, I would think. That's the original battery come out of the car. I just took it out for some reason or another. Oh yeah, I remember now. I have a Duralast gold battery in the Monte Carlo over there, and when I was driving this car every day, I put it in here and put that other crappy one in there. See? Have a half tank of gas. I'm not 100% sure that it's a spun rod bearing, but I'm like fairly sure it is. So I ain't been driving it. It ain't even been started in probably, I don't know, 6 months. No. 4 months, 5 months, something like that. Somewhere in that area, 4 or 5 months. Has the notorious rod spinning 2.3 quad 4 because of their low volume oil pump. They didn't ever do nothing worth crap. It was a good car when it ran though. I was getting 28.8 miles, or no, 29.8 miles per gallon out of it when it started making noise. It ain't been started in a while. I'm trying to sell this thing. Need to make sure it runs. I'd also kind of like to make sure that it is a spun rod bearing that's wrong with it too. So maybe if y'all know, you could tell me, help me out some. It really would. Yeah, that'll work. It would really help me. It should start right up. I mean, it's fuel injected. I should have been cranking this thing more often so the fuel don't gel up and clog the pump and the injectors and everything, but I just ain't been getting around to it. But we're gonna start her up today for YouTube, and to make sure it still runs, because I posted on Craigslist that it runs. I ain't cranked it since the day I parked it, and that's been quite a while, so might be a good idea to make sure that it does do exactly that. Run. So I'll stick this here. It's a 95 Chevrolet Cavalier Z24. Has the 2.3 quad 4, which are notorious for spinning rod bearings because of the oil pump. EPA estimated fuel mileage on this thing is actually only like 26 miles to a gallon. But if you drive it right, like I was until the day it blew up, if you drive it right, you know, keep oil changed in it, keep 5W30 in it, which is what it come with, you can get 30 miles to a gallon out of them pretty easy, which I did. This car has, I don't remember how many, the motor has 190,000 miles on it. The car itself has, God knows how many miles, 244,129 miles. Make sure I got the key in here the right way. Yeah, the key I have for it ain't cut quite right. Heard the fuel pump, that's always good. Now, this thing, the wire going to the starter is broke. So to start this thing, if I can set this on my knee right here, you have to turn the key to the start position. and then push this button. I'm gonna prime the fuel pump a little bit. It ain't been started in forever, so. I smell gas. I don't know why it's not wanting to fire. Okay. Try it again. Turn key. I don't remember it smoking before. But I guess when it ain't running forever in a day. We'll sit here and we'll let it warm up a little bit. Charge that battery, and when it warms up, that's when you'll start to be able to hear what I think is a rod knocking. That's what I get for letting it sit for four months or so without cranking it. My radio still work? Yep. I ain't got no presets that were the same though. Yep. So I was wrong, it has more than half a tank of gas in it. Power windows work. Sunroof works. Radio sounds good. Air conditioning works. It has the 4-speed automatic. Fog lamps, tilt wheel, airbags. Yeah, it has front driver and passenger airbags. Pretty decent. I have the owner's manual with it. I mean, as you can see, the interior's fairly clean on it. It was a great car. It drove amazing. The only really thing with the interior is it's got a little mud, but you know, country and everything. And it ain't been vacuumed out. And there's this one little crack right here in the door. But other than that, it's got a little bit of fade on the back door from it sitting outside. It used to be a garage car until I got it. I ain't got a garage. That center cap's always been missing. Has some Cooper trendsetters, some pretty decent, I wouldn't say great, but I mean decent tread. They need air put in them. The front two leak just a little bit. What it is there's no holes in the tire, but on the back side of the rim where it seats, someone didn't seat it very well, so they leak a little bit there. I was in Auto Tech, we was gonna reseat them, but then it started knocking, or what it sounded like was knocking. Don't seem to be doing it at the moment, but I'm sure it will here soon. temperature coming up a little bit in it. Let's see, is my heat still working this thing? Oh yeah. Woo, that's hot. Okay, turn that off. It's a little bit hot for that. Air conditioning work on it still. Yeah, I heard the pump kick on. Oh my god, it feels amazing. Let's close that sunroof back. Oops. Surprised I ain't heard it knocking yet. Seems kind of strange to me. Yeah, I'm starting to hear it a little bit now. I don't know if you can hear that, but it sounds like a rod knock to me. I'll set the camera out here. Actually, if I can find the throttle out here. Where is it? There it is. I'll set the camera right here, see if you can maybe hear it knocking or something, maybe. I'm sure you probably heard it then, right around 2 grams where it wants to knock the most at. If it's not rod knock, feel free to let me know what it might be. This is not the original motor out of this car. This is actually another motor. This is the second motor that's been in this car. The original one actually slung a rod. This one, it sounds like, to me, it sounds like rod knock. It really does. And these are notorious for spinning rod bearings, so that's what I think it is. If it's not, feel free to tell me what it is. I'm trying to sell this car. If you're near North Carolina and you want it, I'm asking about $850. Will be considered on some offers, but not too awfully much under, you know, like $700. I don't really want to take. Maybe I'll get some help. I'm not likely to fix it. I have my car running now. It's running halfway decent. Not good, but it's running decent so far. So, you know, interior looks good. It's a good bodied car. You know, if you have a motor for it and you want it, you know, feel free to come get it. I just changed the oil on it. It still has Still has it still had 3,000 miles on it for the new oil change. I just changed the oil like a week before it did this. So I mean, it's still has Valvoline in it. The hell? Alright, I'm gonna back away from that battery because that battery's making sounds. But yeah. If you want it, 800, 850, somewhere in that area. We'll take other offers, but I don't know if I'll actually accept them or not. It's a nice car. It's 95. Good interior. Radio works. Air conditioning works. Heat works. Everything works on it. Power windows, power locks. You have one key, and then there's a spare key hidden on the car. If you come by it, I'll show you where that is. Okay. Well, thanks for watching.